10 to 17. And see if we can get someone useful. Let's try. Scrap Gorge, nab the Thalia. Ooh, a Kraken. Well, that's 7 mana. Yeah, we'll take it. And we can flash it in as well. Sure. Okay. They scoop. They don't like the crack. Dude, who's seen horror played in a minute? I'm so happy to play this card again. Welcome back. I am Dr. Ruckus, and today we are playing Sultai Krakens in Ranked Aftermath Standard, trying out Kiora, Sovereign of the Deep, a 5-mana 4/5 legendary merfolk noble with Vigilance and Ward 3. Whenever you cast a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent spell from your hand, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is that spell's mana value. You may cast a spell with mana value less than X from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay, cool. So we want some Krakens and such to cast from our hand, one of which that's already pretty playable is the Reservoir Kraken, a 4-mana 6/6 with some other text on it. It is a little bit annoying. The opponent can tap one of their creatures and then also tap the Kraken. You get a fish out of the deal. That does slow you down a bit, but 4-mana 6/6 is not bad, especially in the Fight Rigging Shell. So we can run the Kraken basically for free with Kiora, as long as we're also running Fight Rigging, Shakedown Heavy, Archfiend, and maybe some Ramp. But then on the top end, we do want to run a couple more Krakens and Serpents. So we're running the Tolarian Terror, normally a 7-mana 5/5, but it's not unreasonable that at this stage of the game, you've cast maybe one Cut Down and one Go for the Throat, which brings it down from 7 mana to 5 mana. So you could potentially cast that right after Kiora. Also running the Blade Coil Serpent in the 6-drop slot. Can play this guy out. He has a Serpent, and you can maybe draw a couple cards or have your opponent discard a couple cards depending on your blue and green mana costs spent on the spell. And then lastly, we do of course have the famous or infamous Hullbreaker Horror, one of my favorite cards back in the day, the old 7-mana 7/8 flash. Pretty cool combo with the Kiora is that you could in fact cast things from your hand and bounce your own Kraken back to the hand, and then when you recast it, you then get to keep triggering the Kiora and get even more free cards. So that's kind of sweet. And lastly, we're running the Runo Stromkirk. Just a 1/of. It's not really great on 3. It's much better later in the game. 3-mana 1/4. When it enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. At the beginning of your upkeep, you look at the top card of your library. You reveal that card. If it's a creature card with mana value 6 or greater, transform Runo into this flying Lord of the Deep, copy your attacking creatures thing. This is much better late game because you want one of your expensive cards already in the graveyard. Then you can play Runo, put it on the top of your deck, and then on upkeep, you get it, and you get to flip. So just 1 of in there, but I thought I'd try this guy out. That is the deck. If you want to support the channel, just watch the whole thing to the end. Enjoy the gameplay. Let's dive right in. On the play with a Scrap Gorger and good mana. Let's do this thing. Fast land on 1, into the waste for green. Opponent on enchantments, most likely, but they do nothing to start. Procedure is actually relevant against enchantments. Let's take the 1 point of damage here. There's a chance we actually want to besiege you. Okay. Okay, not enchantments. Bant. Very mysterious Bant. In that case, maybe we don't run the Kraken into a Make to Spear. Maybe we just keep ramping instead. I'm okay with that. They think about something. They do nothing, though. Yeah, we're just going to pass here. Try to get enough mana to have the Kraken resolve through a Make to Spear. 3rd land. Annex Sentry. Okay, so maybe they're toxic, I suppose. It is an artifact creature, unfortunately. But we can kill it with Bosichu, which is fine, I suppose. Yeah, target non-artifact. Okay. We'll kill this, get back our ramp source. Kind of the same as playing it out as a land. That does ramp them. We'll see if they play any non-basics. They don't have to. Do you play a basic land? You might not. I'm guilty of this a lot. I rarely run basic lands. All right, it doesn't have to be basic, just has to have a basic type. Cool, so we're on the board here. I think we're just giving the Archfiend. Take the Sentry. And pop him for 1. Down to 19. Mirax, they're definitely some kind of mid-rangey toxic deck. Bant toxic, I guess? We don't know that for sure. Annex Sentry could be a part of any generic control deck as a potential blocker, kind of like a Brutal Cathar with a bigger booty. Nope, they're toxic. It is a Chorus. Manual taps coming out. For white and green. I don't know. It's another Sentry. Okay. It is an artifact, so we cannot go for the Throat it. That's interesting. Do they think we're going to die off the Archfiend? Very interesting. Kraken. Can't play you yet. It's going to be the next Kraken then. I don't think this really changes what's going to happen here. Play this out before combat. Scrap Gorger, almost big enough to start attacking as well. They read the card. It not only has ward, but they have to figure out the fish thing, which is an uncommon play pattern to have to experience. They don't tap it, we don't get a fish. We do swing for 6 in the air, though. Still curious why they took the Loam Speaker. They must think either we're going to die off the Archfiend, or maybe they wanted us to attack and they're going to flash in an Emperor. We're really not sure yet. It's a Rot Priest. They again have the option to tap an untapped creature they control. They tap their own Rot Priest. We get a fish out of the deal. If Toxic is their win con, let's just block with the 1/1. Slow them down as much as we can. And we'll eat 1 off the Sentry. They also lose 2 life off the Archfiend, which is relevant. They're down to 11, puts them on a 2-turn clock off the Archfiend versus a 3-turn clock previously. Land for turn. We'll go for the throw at the Rot Priest. Let's see if they tap this guy now. They do. Makes sense. They're behaving pretty oddly. Merch of Swirling Mist. Okay, they want to phase out, what, the Archfiend for a turn? And then what does this end? How bad is that? Okay. Well, we'll kill the Rot Priest now. And we still have 1 more Go for the Throat to use on our own Archfiend if we have to. I think we should have time to interact. They lose the 2 life. Poison counters. Phased out. We're up to 4. Yeah, I think we'll continue to pressure. Take you is fine. Alright. Get in for 3, opponent drops to 6. We'll end here. Manual taps again. Experimental Augury proliferates. Okay. Up to 5 poison now. It's another Rot Priest that is an issue. 2 attackers. Just you. I think we probably block here. Save as much poison as possible. Yeah, and we'll attempt the next Rot Priest kill. They wanted to protect it with March of Swirling Mist. That'd be awkward for them, because maybe they want to save it for the Archfiend this turn. They have to have an answer to the Archfiend Flyer. So they basically need another March in hand. It's a safekeeping. Up to 8 life. Very relevant for them. Fizzles. Land does not do it. But they also can't really block. Because if they block, they lose 2 life anyway. Keep taking stuff here. Alright, this is the last turn of the game. If you block, you still lose 2 life off the Archfiend, so that is lethal unless you have one more thing. And they take 2 damage off the Archfiend, and that is game. I often forget about the second ability. It's possible they forgot, but it's possible they just couldn't have done anything to increase their chances of winning anyway. This is probably a mulligan. Even though the terror is only 6, yeah, it's still a mulligan. Significantly better. We'll keep this, and I think we just put back the Kraken here. Guarantee we fight rigging on time. Don't miss land. We got so much time to hit land. We're gonna be okay, right? Let's be greedy. What we need. Let's keep green. Let's put back black here. Okay, let's keep it. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna hit land on time. Okay, we're missing double black though, actually. So it's gonna be Kraken on 4 instead of Archfiend. Esper. Skrelv. We could eventually kill that with Besiege. We actually hit the cut down here, which is nice, and we have black open. So let's just cut this down. Could even do it now through a counterspell, you know, before any counters are open. I'm happy with this. Goodbye. They tap out for Rona, which means fight rigging does resolve. Otawara could be useful. I think we'll play the Besiege here. I guess we're going to need that double blue anyway. Alright, fine. We'll go Otawara here. Get fight rigging down. The next fight rigging probably, although go for the throat could be okay. Alright, hold on to your butts. They eye the fight rigging. Do you have enchantment removal? They could have the... What does Void Rend do? Is that any permanent? Could be. They could have Void Rend. They think for a long time. Finally play Odoar into Shelly. Yeah, Shelly hurts. They get their first draw discard off. They're going to get so much freaking life off Sheldred. It's been a while since I played Esper Legends, but good god. The Rona combo, Rona into anything is absurdly good. And then Rona into the Sheldred life gain is just bonkers. So this game is not going to be for the faint of heart. We'll take the draw here. Okay. That's the second black source for the Archfiend, which is maybe better than the Kraken. We might need to close out the game as quickly as possible, and in the air is one way to do it, so we'll take the Painland damage despite the Shelly. Counter goes there. Take the next fight rigging, but hopefully this first one survives. Alright, give me something juicy here. Come on. It's probably just the Kraken or the Shakedown. Stormkirk is interesting. It's probably just the Kraken here. Draw discard, gain some life. It's going to be really hard. Bin the next Shelly. Okay. It's interesting. Up to 24. Goodness gracious. Lauren. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay, they kill the next fight rigging. Take the draw discard, gain even more life. Lauren doesn't always have as many targets these days with Fable gone and Bankbuster gone, but they still run it and they get paid off here. Yeah, we have to race them. I mean, we have to win with Archfiend before the clock ticks to 0. Now this is interesting. We could trade, but they don't offer it. They take it back. Okay, there's the next Archfiend. I'll take the next flyer. Resolve. Down to 15. Whew, man, if they draw extra cards every turn off the Lauren too, that's so much life. You could almost save the Bosiju here, but I just don't think we're going to have enough time to cast it. Here comes the next Archfiend. Down to 14. They have enough legends to Odoar and just bounce something. I think we'll put it on the creature that can attack this turn. Attempt to swing for 8. Again, we're now racing 2 different life gain sources. Rona and Lauren and the natural draw. They can gain basically 6 life per turn. And we're just waiting for the Archfiend to kill us. These cards are good. Rona's very good. Yep, draw discard. Bintala is one of my favorite cards to play. I really enjoy playing that in this style deck. It's very satisfying to stack all the cards under her and then have her die and get them all back. I love that play pattern. They do have Odoar. They bounce the Archfiend with the greater quantity of oil counters, so we're left with the ticking time bomb, and they might just kill us outright. There's an AO that can block the flyer, which isn't good either. Draw discard, draw more cards. Yeah, we're just getting absolutely roasted by this deck. The Lauren ended up being pretty critical for them. Again, I don't know if I would run this in my own version. There are so many great 3-drop legends. I'd have to think more about the meta, but again, without Fable and Bankbuster, is this really worth the slot? Does this increase your win rates? Obviously, it destroyed us, but don't think that's a significant sample size. Okay, we're now down to, what, 2 turns to win? And we're down to 8 life, so it's looking pretty bad. We have to answer the Shelly ASAP, and even still, it might not be enough. Whew. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep pushing, but we'll play something this turn. They don't even have to block here. We block one of them, just take, you know, basically lethal. Yeah, I think we just lose here. Rona left unanswered is very good. Sheldred left unanswered is very good. Combined, it's disgusting, so yeah, it's a good deck. On the draw, we'll keep this. Mono white soldiers. Just lovely. We'll go green and blue here. Are we humans or soldiers? Looking like human soldiers. Cool. Land for turn. Scrap Gorger for turn. Copper Coat, pump the entire squad. Everyone's now at 3-1. That's joyful. No blocks. Well, ooh, cut down. That's not awful in general. It is taxed out. We'll start with the Kraken. It's not amazing at blocking here because they can just tap it at the beginning of each combat. So, We're going to eat some damage this turn, potentially just die. Opponent's reading, processing. What is all this text? Opponent finishes processing. They decide not to tap it now. They have one more chance at this next combat. It's an officer. It's a knight errant. Okay. They get a reload of 2 cards, 4 mana or less, an Adeline plus an initiate, which is playable. But I guess they're not attacking. I don't know. I feel like they probably could have just swung through, but I mean, they can get in with the 3/1 now. They do nothing. I think all that was pretty weird. We'll definitely play land for turn. And probably shakedown plus cut down who? Ward 1. I guess the Copper Code Vanguard. No attacks. And here, I think we're cutting down the Vanguard. We also just can't target anything else anyway. Okay, Adeline comes down. It's a big girl, a 9/4. Let's see if they tap it this time. They don't. 2 attackers. Everyone's getting in there. They leave back the Vanguard. Now Vanguard gets in there too. Train up the Initiate. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. And they get a 1/1 as well. Okay. We can eat you. I guess the Initiate's kind of the next biggest problem. Maybe we take the first striker here anyway. Then how much damage is getting through still? Still a ton of damage is getting through. Kill you. And I suppose just block any of these guys is fine. It's going to survive. Alright, that's what we got. Yep. Cut down on you. And see if they still have lethal or not. Everyone gets a little bit smaller here. Drop to 7. We survive with most of our board intact. Here comes the next Kraken, I guess. We need the second blue. Okay, fine. Exile one of these bad boys. Scrap Gorger becoming a 3/3 actually would be pretty relevant. Okay, let's see if we lose this turn. Still no attacks. It's Knight Errant Part 2. Okay. Tap everything. Too bad we can't threaten them back. Ugh, Intrepid Adversary and the Cathar. They play the Cathar. Guess they're taking the heavy then. They can't target the warded up Krakens. Let's see if they give us fish for free. I guess it's not for free. They can get in with Adeline. They don't. No fish for us. It's another Kraken. The stream of never-ending Krakens. Okay, I feel like we're gonna die soon. Keep taking cards out of here. Keep deploying blockers. It's only a matter of time. This turn they pump the squad. Again, we can't really attack here still. So that's all. Here comes the pump squad. Does that enable lethal? We have 5 blockers. 3 of them potentially fish. Okay, now what? Attack all, they say. Train up, that's pretty bad. And they get the 1/1. I think they probably have lethal. Let's just see if we block their biggest stuff for a second. Ideally, we eat you. Is that possible? What if we go like this? 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope, that's not it. That's 9. Hold on, hold on. How's that? That's 7. That's exactly lethal. We just lose. Okay. Well, that was a fun game of Magic. Good game. I don't think it was that good. No props from me, man. No props. On the draw, looks pretty good to me. Fastland is fine. We'll still have all our colors open. I guess if we really don't want to take pain land damage, we should play green here first. Okay, green to start. Then we can get the Scrap Gorger down on 2 without paying the 1 damage off the Yavimaya Coast. Then goes the Fastland into the Scrap Gorger. They burn removal here. That's okay with me. You desperately need Go for the Throat to interact with the Archfiend when it comes down. So we'll see if they have it. Third land for us. Just deploy the fight rigging here, I think. Set us up for Archfiend next turn. Kraken, probably. Sure. They tap out for Shelly. It means we get to resolve the Archfiend. We actually have Go for the Throat, but I think we'll just take the Shelly, the value while we can guarantee it. Here comes Archfiend. There comes the counter. Take the Kraken. Okay, we're on the board. Opponent in Grixis. Haven't seen much red. It could be mostly Dimir. That's scary. Do you think they run Singularity? Maybe we won't attack this turn. Okay, I'm gonna say we do not attack into the Singularity. So we'll just pick off Shelly on upkeep. It's weird. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of Shelly now. When is that? 27 somehow. Land for turn. I guess we play this. Unfortunately, that means we have to put the other thing on top, don't we? It's not ideal, but I think we can survive that. Oh, we could submit 0. That's better. Great. We'll get one of these up to 7. Just in case we hit the next fight rigging and one of them goes down. But I don't think we attack into the Singularity this turn. So hopefully they drew the Singularity there, and they only have 1, and the next one's not on top of the deck. If they attack, I'll be pretty suspicious. Plaza of Heroes. It's Shelly. We can sack the Runo. It's fine by me. Okay, we actually have to win with the Archfiend pretty soon here. Put the counter here. I kind of forgot about the ticking time bomb on the Archfiend. Opponent eats it all, drops to 12. Land for turn, next Archfiend. That's not good. And they just need to survive the attack off the Archfiend anyway. We have to win this coming turn. Maybe it would have been better to attack. I wonder if they put Breach on top. You never know. But if I had been a little more mindful about the ticking time bomb, I might have attacked anyway and just risked it. Understanding that, you know, we're going to lose if we can't get him dead soon anyway. They Breach here, get back a Terror and another Hidutsugu. Okay. Let's see what's on top. They do go down to 8. They get to Brainstorm. Well, I think this is going to hurt quite a bit. What is it? It's another Breach. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, that actually matters because they have 2 flying blockers. Because before, we could still get in for 6. They block and 1 creature dies, and then they lose 2 more life off the Archfiend. Now we have to top deck removal or lose. So that was actually key that they hit the next Breach and got another flyer to block. Oh, they lose 2 more life here. Okay. They drop to 4. Maybe we just have lethal then. Because now if they block with anything, they lose 2 more life. We're down to 2. Is that game? They attack with Menace. Okay. Okay, well, that was weird. I feel like they played Solitaire. We just sat there for a bit, but that's okay. On the play, I'll keep this hand. We can survive. I don't even want to hold Cut Down. I really just want to make sure we get the Scrap Gorger. If we top deck well, we can carve out into a 4-drop. Mono white, not punished. Here comes the Gorger, I suppose. Maybe the Loam Speaker blocks better against some things. They put out a 2 mana, or a 1 mana 2/1 or something. Even Thalia can't get through the 1/3. There's Thalia. Okay. We hit more land, which is not what you want to see. But we can Scrap Gorge and cut down this turn. Okay. Peacekeeper. Well, we have to do this now then. They get to see our hand is pretty useless right now. Let's see if they name Cut Down. They could also name the Archfiend if they know this deck well, or the Kraken if they know this deck well. They don't know we're running yet, but most Golgari decks, that's not that helpful either. We could attack with a land and still have 4 mana open. Probably better than doing nothing, I suppose. We have plenty of colors. We'll just send in the Painland. All right, get in there for 3. Opponent reads the cards. They're very confused. They decide to eat it. Fair enough, down to 17. We'll end here in likely Takenuma. We can't do that at instant speed, otherwise, great. Let's see. Spells your opponent's cast. All right. So it does not affect the Takenuma channel ability. Let's see what they name this time, though. What if they name the Scrap Gorger? Oh, unless they're mana abilities. Okay, so we're okay here. They name the Loam Speaker. Fine. Okay, pretty much no blocks here. Nothing we can Takenuma that matters. Down to 17. And see if we can get someone useful. Let's try. Scrap Gorge, Naphthalia. Ooh, a Kraken. Well, that's 7 mana. Yeah, we'll take it. And we can flash it in as well. Sure. Okay. They scoop. They don't like the crack. Dude, who's seen Horror played in a minute? I'm so happy to play this card again. I really enjoyed playing this card a lot back in the day. On the draw with no green. It's so bad if we don't hit green. We do have Go for the Throat, but it's really bad if we don't hit green. Let's mulligan. Still no green. We could play a Kraken maybe eventually. Ugh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll keep this. Oh, yeah. We'll put back the Terror maybe. It's really expensive right now. All right, Kraken for life. Mono red. Well, we got our work cut out for us. Great, another green card. Thank you, Shuffler. All of this is fine. Don't worry, we'll top deck the green source this turn. Easy money. This land is pretty sweet. I'm digging this. What is this from? Oh, this is... I left this... Someone answered in the comments. Thank you for doing that. It's some, like, secret layer set. I do think these lands are pretty sweet. Take 3 to the face is less sweet. Not a green mana source. Okay. I guess I didn't have it. Never did have it. Impulse. They take a turn off, kind of. Swift Spear gets bigger. It's only a land. Land for turn. What else you got? That's it. Okay. Casual 4 damage per turn. Hey, there's the green source finally. It's probably got to be Fight Rigging here. Into Kraken next turn. And try not to just die. Okay. Do your worst. Next Fight Rigging. I guess that's what we have to get. Though it's not immediately impactful. Because we'll get the counter after the first one resolves. So it's not like we get the next one immediately. So we might just be dead here. Swift Spear. Squee. That's not good. Okay. Well, Shuffler. Oh yeah, we're just totally dead here. Ooh, cut down. Man, if anything had gone remotely our way, I think we actually could be okay here. Is there any reason to play the Loam Speaker? Is there any chance to survive? Take 3. Not really. If they have anything in hand, they just win. I think we lose here. I think we cannot win here. We'll get the first Fight Rigging trigger, but we don't get the next one immediately. So we're no longer at the beginning of combat, right? So we can grab Kiora here, but it's too little too late. So they attack all the way to block 1, and they make a fish, and we just lose. We'll give them the attack. Maybe they freak out about the fish. They don't freak out. They just go face anyway. Sigh. Alright, thank you for staying to the end. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.